Judge, your information is vital to us, man.
How vital could it be, man? We got chapters all over now.
Well, this is Panther International headquarters, Dig. Now, police gonna start running their games here first.
Huey, tell me something. Who's gonna straighten out the other brothers when they get on my ass?
Like the manual says, information is disseminated on a need-to-know basis.
All right, look, here's another donation from the pigs.
Oh, okay. If the pigs knew they were subsidizing the Panthers.
Hey, they want a lot for their money, man. They want a felony, preferably with violent intent. Now, if I don't give it to them, they're gonna kill me. And if I do give it to them, the Panthers are gonna kill me.
Man, I hear that. But I would rather die on my feet and live on my knees.
Welcome back to What's the 411. In our continuing coverage on the movie Panther, we welcome Kadeem Hardison in the house.
Thank you,
Hi.
Jackie. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing? You have to tell us about your role as judge.
Okay, Judge is a guy who makes it home, who survives Vietnam, first line, comes home and knows that he doesn't want to ever have to deal with any guns or violence. Again, he wants to kind of take care of his mother and just live. And when he gets home, there's a war going on in his neighborhood. And he really has to basically decide if he's going to stand and fight this war or turn and run.
How did you prepare for the role?
I read the script. And then I acted the part. No,
I understand there was a book. Was it The Other Side of Glory that you started to read?
I started to read. Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, right.
What was it that pissed you off about the book?
Because in the preface, it talks about how Huey dies over a crack deal.
Oh, yeah.
And that was not where I needed to go for the film or for myself. That just kind of brought everything down because I was so high on all the videos we watched and how deep it was and how it got started and then the first book I pick up to read says, yeah. So I put the books down and I decided.
Do you think there was less pressure on your character because it was a fictional character as opposed to Huey and Bobby's character?
You'd have to get us all and ask us. I didn't feel any pressure, period. It may have been easier for me had I had some tapes of voices to listen to copy.
So in an extent, it may have been harder for you.
Or it may have been harder for me to try and copy somebody else's voice. Either way, I don't know. It didn't feel like it was harder.
Well, your character had to deal with the fear, his family, and his commitment to the community. What was it about your character that he didn't go astray to? He didn't fall prey to being seduced by the government or being taken in with drugs?
I guess he was a true Panther. They say there's a Panther born in the ghetto every 20 minutes, and he was one of them. And I guess you can't really. There were guys who did turn their backs and become informants for the government. But I guess having fought in a war and having not understood the war or what the fighting was about, to come home and then have something to fight about that meant something to his people, because he was fighting for America, but why in Vietnam? So now he's home and there's a war going on, and he could have easily turned his back and said, no, I've seen it, I don't need it. But this war was about his people and the cops and the brutality, and basically what these guys wanted to do was act as big brothers and just bring pride to the community, and that's a war worth fighting.
How has this movie and its historical significance impacted your life, Kadeem Hardison?
I guess it makes me think that if anything, we should always talk, as a people. We should not be afraid to speak to one another and reach out for one another, because I've said it a few times, but it's harder to shoot somebody that you've talked to and that you had to dinner. And
respect each other.
Yeah, it's hard to then turn around if they're a blood or a crip or whatever. It's hard to then go and shoot them because you've dialogued over some things that bother you. What bothers you? We sit and we talk, and I find out what bothers you. You tell me what bothers you. We figure out how to make it better. I can't then turn around and shoot you because you got the wrong color on.
Well, what can we expect from Kadeem Hardison now?
I've done Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy. That'll be out.
Look for you
there in December. And I did a pilot with Fisher Stevens called Mother County. That should be for CBS, maybe in the fall.
Right, great. So we'll look for you in all those, as well as in Panther. Thank you so much for being a guest on our show.
You're welcome.
And thank you for keeping it here. Don't go anywhere. We got more for you.